Now, one of the interesting things that you told me was that you don't listen to podcasts.
Oh, well,
You
I
haven't listened to
mean,
one, right?
I have not, I haven't. I don't know. It's just, I'm usually just blasting music through my headphones or listening to, other people talk to me, right? I'm
Right.
never like listening to other people talk together. But
Mm,
hey, I
interesting.
might get into it. I might get into it.
And then you're telling me the first one that you're gonna listen to is actually this first podcast that you're doing.
Yes. And then I'll go
Yeah.
listen to all the other ones.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. If you're gonna start out with the podcast,
Yeah.
you gotta
Maybe,
start listening to
maybe
mine.
start from the bottom and then
Start
get all
with
the
the
way to the
FIFA
top.
Koballa podcast. That's a good one to start
Yes,
out with.
definitely.
Well, other than that, how's everything else? How's the streaming? How's the FIFA?
I mean, it's been a heck of a ride, man. Like, I don't. It's so weird. It's honestly like mind blowing. Like the community that we have built that like from the beginning. Because I started streaming not only like 4 months ago, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And like as toxic as people can be on FIFA, the Twitch FIFA community is like the best. I don't know if you've experienced that. And like it's just weird that people want to tune in to watch me like sweat squad battles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But streaming, it's been great. It's been great. It's it's actually helped improve my mood. I don't it,
Okay.
like weird oddly enough playing FIFA and streaming it helps my mood, you know? Because like I used to only play FIFA with my friend and we would like compare packs and stuff and like, show our teams together. And then I would like play weekend league in my room, and I would rage. I would want to break my controller,
Right.
right? But when I'm streaming, I just like I'm zen. Like talking to everyone else in the chat, they're trying to talk to me, they're hyping me up. Like I don't rage at all. It's it's
Mm-hmm.
it's odd, right? But streaming has been great, man. Streaming has been great.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, yeah, I totally get what you're saying. The community being great, meeting people like yourself, and so many other streamers, and also that accountability of like your behavior.
Hmm.
Like your chat kind of keeps you in check. Like you won't rage too much. At least for me, I
Yeah.
don't want to rage too much, even though I do rage on
Yes.
stream. But when they're just talking to you and they're cheering you on, encouraging you, you calm down and you
Yeah.
just continue on with the stream.
Yeah. Exactly. Like they're giving you your support that you need, man. When the lights are
Exactly.
off, when the lights are off and it's just you and the computer and you're not streaming, it's like I passed the ball. Like you do one thing wrong off stream when you're playing FIFA and you're just like DDA. Everything's against you. But like when you're streaming, they're like, you know how like people like to backseat gaming, you know, and they're
Hmm.
like, you probably did a little too extra touches in the box, So it offers you a second perspective, and maybe that just like helps out, like being a better FIFA player. I don't know,
Yeah. Hmm.
but
Yeah,
it's definitely changed my mood.
for sure. Definitely. Yeah, whenever I play FIFA like off stream, I tend to get more frustrated. I rage a little bit more, so it's not
Yes.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what made you want to get into streaming?
Well, so I used to work as a crew on a tall ship schooner in Green Bay,
Okay.
and it's a seasonal job, right? The bay freezes over the winter time. So I used to work like the last couple years. My girlfriend lives here in Canada and her father lives in Wisconsin. So we would always move back and forth, right? So I had this seasonal job where during like I think May to October, September, I would just be sailing every day, right? And then I would come back on the winter time here to Canada with my girlfriend, and we would just like hibernate over the winter. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And like that was the only free time that I had to play FIFA. And I was just like playing, like I said, like by myself in this room, right? And I was just like, why don't I just stream it? Like I feel like I have a personality that because I used to bartend before that. And I
Yeah.
was like, people like really enjoyed my charisma, my personality. I'm like, why don't I just stream it? And I don't know, I bought a PC and I was just like, hey, you know, I dived right into it. And The only thing that I regret is not starting sooner, if I'm being honest, man.
Yeah.
Because it's been awesome. It's been awesome. But yeah, like that's the thing. Like every winter in Canada, I would just spend my time here, just like playing on my by myself, you know. And I was like, what if I just stream this period, wintertime, and then probably if I need to go work during the summertime, just do that, you know. But I'm thinking of trying to make this a full time job. I'm thinking of trying to make this a full time job.
Okay. All right. All
So
right.
we're pushing to get on those McDonald ads, you know.
Nice, nice. Yeah, that's always the goal, right? Try to become a
Yes,
full timer.
yes.
But then, okay, in terms of your other work, that's pretty interesting. So, are you like fishing for stuff?
No,
No,
you can say I'm a pirate.
you're a pirate. Wait, what
Yes.
are you doing out in the bay?
So we do like 2 hour charters, and we take like 25 passengers, and we just like sail them around just where's in Green Bay. It's a small little peninsula where
Mm-hmm.
we sail at, and we just do 2 hour charters. We tell them like what you can see around, like what's the freaking trees and the mountains and everything. And the boat itself has a lot of history. It's a 65 foot tall ship schooner, so it's a big boat, and it doesn't have like those like years where you like crank it up. It's all like by hand. So like I'm lifting these heavy sails, and you know, making sure like everyone is not falling out of the boat. And we just talk about the boat, what we can see on the land. Like the boat itself that we sail on has gone around the world twice, and
Oh,
it's like
wow.
it's a really known boat in the area. Like people come up and they're like, oh, is that the Appledore? And I'm like, how do you know? Because like they're the people who built the boat,
Uh-huh.
you know, they built like six other boats, and they sailed around the world plenty of times on the other boats. But the one that we were sailing in Green Bay area, that one had sailed around the world twice. So like it was just like an attraction there, you know. So I would say first crew. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I would do. Lift the sails, give like the little tour speech and everything, like what this boat is about and what we can see in the area. And yeah, it's 2 hour charters. We would do four to five a day, so
Okay. Uh-huh.
long hours, and yeah, that's kind of what we would do, man. It's so much fun, and it
Wow, that's
keeps you in
so
shape.
interesting. You're like a sailor slash tour
Yes,
guide, right?
I gotta say, it's in my blood. In my blood.
Wow, that's so interesting. So tourists just get on the charter and they just go on a
They just
long
they
boat
just
ride.
kick back. They want to check out the area. They want to know a little bit about what they're seeing. You know, like there's like really like amazing houses, and then like if you're sailing around the coastline during the fall time, like the colors, it's just
Uh-huh.
beautiful. The sunsets on the bay, like you feel like you're in like on a beach in Hawaii or something, man. You would
Really?
never believe you're in Wisconsin.
Is that nice out
It
there?
is so nice because like I grew up in Costa Rica, right?
Okay.
And I left Costa Rica after like 15 years of living there. And people are like, where are you going again? And I'm like, I'm going to Wisconsin. And they're like, wait, come again? What was it? What you're trading, you know, white sandy beaches, crystal clear water to go have cheese curds in Wisconsin? But like nature there, the views, I would post pictures of like what I was seeing sailing on like in the Green Bay area. And people back home in Costa Rica, they'll be like, hey man, I just saw your picture. You're back in town. I'm like, no, this is Wisconsin. And they couldn't even believe it was that nice, right? If you ever get a chance, look it up. Sister Bay area, Wisconsin. It's beautiful.
Sister Bay area. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll definitely look it up. I've never been to Wisconsin, but
yeah.
that'll be on my list of places I need to go.
It's nice. During the pandemic, everyone had tours booked to like Cabo, you know, like freaking some like Nicaragua, Costa Rica. They were like going to like Hawaii and other places. And
Yeah.
when the pandemic started, like all those trips got canceled. So like people in North America area, like they were like, oh, let's just like learn more about America, you know? And like they're like, oh, let's go to Wisconsin. This looks pretty. And like people would come and they would say, like, oh, I had a trip booked to Cabo. And like we were just like, yo, that was canceled. So we switched it and came to Sister Bay instead. And they're like, wow, I'm happy. I'm happy we switched it and came here.
So
Like
was it not closed during the pandemic for you guys?
it was. but like so during the beginning of the pandemic it was, but like towards like middle of it,
Mm-hmm.
like it was very like obviously we had to wear mask at all time and everything, but like it
Right.
was always outdoors. So
Yeah.
you know, we limited the so like we had to take in 50% less of the capacity that we would usually take. So we went with all like the guidelines to continue the business running and like with all the safety precautions.
Yeah. Okay. But that is an interesting fact that you point out because like during the pandemic, there were a lot of people that just went outdoors. Did you
Yeah.
notice that?
Oh my yeah.
They were just sick of being home and then they would go like camping and stuff. And I was like
Yeah.
one of those people too. Like I just wanted to go out, like go hang out with family and friends and just go to the outdoors, go to national parks and Sister
I,
Bay seems like a great destination to go.
yeah. I
Yeah.
kind of like having the pandemic as an excuse to not go out, to be honest. You
So
know?
you like being indoors?
Well, I mean, who else is gonna play squad battles, right?
Who else is gonna play squad? No, seriously,
Oh,
like because of the pandemic, that's how I started streaming. And a lot
mm,
of other streamers that I know too, they started around that time.
yeah.
Yeah, so like I was playing a lot of FIFA as well, and I wasn't working at the time. And I thought kind of the same thing you're thinking. I'm like, maybe I should just make it a little bit more productive and start streaming. And
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
and I'm approaching like the 2 year mark of streaming. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
That's huge. Yeah,
it is huge.
I wish I did start sooner. Like I know I think I wanted to start at the beginning of like the FIFA when FIFA starts like in September or something.
Yeah,
And I don't know, like I just kept on I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to things in life. So like if anything, if like I have a certain if it doesn't reach that standard, I'm like, I'm gonna wait till I get there, you know?
mm-hmm.
And I just kept on like hesitating and procrastinating. And like I was like, I don't have my good mic, I don't have like a good camera, like I don't have like a good background. I was like, maybe I need to wait for some neon lights to come. So like I waited and I waited and I waited, and it was finally team of the year. And I was like, probably this is the best time to start streaming because this is like the biggest promo of the FIFA year. And like when I started, like I it just started off really well. Like I got rated by some big content creators and
Yeah,
streamers and Twitch, and like it just boosted from there. And I was just like, man, and everyone in the chat were just like, dude, if you started this at the beginning of the FIFA, like the FIFA when FIFA starts, like you would probably be, you know, your growth would probably be even more. And
yeah.
so like I do regret not starting earlier, but hey, that's just the past. And now we're in the future. I'm 4 months into streaming and I'm looking forward to get my 2 year mark too, man.
Yeah, for sure. Nice. So have you made improvements in your stream in the 4 months?
I think I've had, yes,
Okay.
like with quality wise or like growth wise.
Yeah, quality, growth, equipment. Because, when you first
Yes.
start off, it's like, obviously, it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Even my first streams weren't, that great, and especially
Mhm.
with equipment and like, just the quality in terms of like what I put out, like what I'm saying, what kind of content I'm putting out there.
Well, I think it's kind of weird for me, like quality wise with equipment. I kind of like I went out and I looked at like what were the minimum requirements to like stream on Twitch and like play video games at the same time off the PC and like soft video editing. I was like, okay, just gonna get this PC. I've looked up on Twitch. Like I used to I was always like lurking on Twitch, but I was never engaging on Twitch, like before I started streaming, right? So then I kept on looking at FIFA creators and I saw this one guy and he had like a really good camera and I was just like, and I saw his equipment on his like about me, and I was like, that camera's like $80. That's super affordable. And I'm like, I'm gonna get that one. I was like, wow, that camera actually looks kind of good. And he's like, yeah, man, it's really good. I use this light. So like equipment wise, I still have the same equipment that I started with, but the fine tuning, like in the software that we use to stream, like OBS or Streamlabs, I'm still tweaking it every single day, like because there's so much that you can add to your stream every day to improve it.
Yeah.
And like I just recently added like a just to make my voice sound a little better. I added that was like the most recent change. Like I'm always adding, I think it's more like audio issues for me than like
Mm-hmm.
video issues. Because video issues you could just add like a couple lights in the background, but like the fine tuning in the audio, especially in like the software that we use, like every like you learn something new every day about it, like compressors, extenders, limiters, gains, you know, auto monitoring. So like you hear something louder and the stream doesn't, like because like people come into my stream and they want to do the sound alerts with the bang and the knock knock knocks, and like it blasts my ears, and I love that because I get a genuine reaction like from it. But I don't want you to be like, damn, I'm leaving the stream because this guy Irks is freaking spamming bangs every 2 seconds. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like I want to make sure the audio that you are listening to is just a bit lower than what I'm hearing, you know,
Right.
just so it's not like, you know, bleeding your ears out. But in terms of equipment, I'm still working to it. I want to get some of these backgrounds a little prettier, probably put
Mm-hmm.
some neon cheese lights on it.
Yeah.
Um, but that's eventually. Growth on the platform, yes, definitely seen. I've seen a lot of growth. Like I go back and you can see like you could put it to where like when you started to like to the day, and you can see like the viewers just like increasing and increasing and increasing, and that kind of what moves me every day, man.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Yeah. Um, so then what I also want to ask was like, are you gonna stop streaming and go back to your sailor job?
No, I
You're
don't
not.
think I
Okay.
am. I don't think I am. I think if I like my boss is like, hey, can you come? Like he has enough employees but no one is as good as me, you know, like because I work my ass off whatever I do, you know, like if I'm bartending, if I'm managing a bar, if I'm, you know, even waiting tables, like I'm the best one on there, like I try to be the best employee out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the reason because of that is because I kiss ass, you know, like and sometimes you got to do that to you know to get that respect from the boss and the owner of the business. And if you want to like you know grow as a person, right, you got to do a little bit of that. So like he has employees there that could do all the work, but he wants me there to do it. You know, I
Yeah.
don't know. But I just know if I take like a week off, I'm gonna come back and people are gonna be like, oh, you know, like where'd you go? And I've heard stories like people take like a month off and like everything just like
Right.
collapses. And I just want to be consistent as possible on everything that I do on
Mm-hmm.
Twitch. If I'm posting on socials, I want it to be a daily basis. So there's not really taking time off, right?
Mm. Right.
So
Right.
answer no, I'm not. I'm he asked me to come to Wisconsin to help him out, and that I haven't responded, but I'm obviously gonna say no. I can't. I think what the growth that I've started already, like I'm already kickstarting, and
Uh-huh.
if I just leave it, and then it's just gonna crumble.
Yeah.
So
Oh wow.
and you know,
Okay.
so I'm gonna try to make this. Fortunately, like right now, I'm economically stable where I can like you know not have a full time job and try to like really just grind this stream as much as possible to keep it growing.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna try to put everything that I can into to get its maximum return, right?
Okay. For sure. So right now, are you also working like a part-time job? You're just
No,
doing the streaming?
I'm just doing this. I got my sugar mama, who is my girlfriend. Um, but yeah, we kind of have like a sweet deal here. So like we're renting from her mom's place, and the place is huge, and we're just paying like a bit of what the mortgage is. So like we're not paying a lot of rent. We still have
Okay.
savings up from
Yeah.
like what we worked previously, and
Yeah.
she does like website design and content creation for different brands and stuff like that. So she could work from home. And I did get my first Twitch paycheck, so I'm making a little bit of bread, but she's making more of it.
Nice. Okay. Then how often are you streaming then?
So I try to stream at least 6 days a week.
Okay.
Mondays are usually my day off, but on Mondays, I'm usually doing like admin stuff, which is more like, you know, editing all the videos for the social media platforms, you know, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, which I haven't gotten into because it's a pain. Um, but yeah, that's kind of like my schedule. I try to do at least 4 hours a day every day. Lately, there's been more because the boys want to play PGA at 5 o'clock in the morning. So, you know,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, that's the schedule. And I'm, consistency is key.
Right.
Like I've noticed every day there's like one more person tuning in.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't stream the next day, that person that tuned in the day previous to that, he's gonna be like, oh, this guy isn't streaming. Oh, let's check out this other guy. And boom, he just
Right.
lost one, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay. So, do you have a set schedule too? Like you stream at this time every
yeah,
day?
I try to stream every day at 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay. Got it.
I used to stream early schedule, like early in the morning, and it was just kind of weird because I would wake up and I would get ready and I would start streaming, and I would stream like right before content drops, which in my time is like 1 p.m. Eastern time.
Mhm.
And there was just too many people streaming at that time. You got like all the big dogs, Castro, Nick on the Float Market, Foot FG, Ever Bateson, freaking Danny Aaron's, and like I wasn't seeing a lot of engagement in the morning. And then Longshot, he was
Yeah.
like, dude, you definitely have to try streaming at night. And I'm like, but I watch Netflix at night, you know, right? But then I tried it, and like my viewers just like it doubled from like what I had in the morning, it doubled at nighttime. And what
Mm-hmm.
surprises me the most about streaming at nighttime is that it's people from UK that are tuning in, and that's
Mm-hmm.
5 to 6 hours ahead. So if I start
Yeah.
streaming at 6 p.m., that's like 11 a.m. That's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
wait,
11
six?
p.m. It should be like late at
Yeah,
night. Yeah.
yeah. And then I ended stream last night at 5 a.m. in the morning. And I don't even know what Glasgow from Scotland was doing at that time, but he must have been making his freaking coffee and his bacon and
Right.
eggs because it was almost lunchtime for him.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's my schedule.
Okay. Nice. And you're getting started with the YouTube channel? We're gonna see a Johnny
Yes.
Cheesy YouTube.
Yes. So like I'm trying to get I like every week I'm like, okay, I want to make, because I just don't want to post highlights and just have them on each platform. I want to have like each platform have something unique to it. So
Okay.
like YouTube is like I want to post like my highlights, and like what goes onto TikTok, I want to post it on YouTube Shorts and Instagram Shorts. But then again on Instagram, I want to have, like pictures of player reviews. On TikTok, I want to have like the funny memes and stuff that they always do. And on YouTube, I want to have it focused on like, maybe doing a 10 week in league challenge with certain teams and stuff like that.
Okay.
So that I like everything is different, so people have a reason to, follow me on every single platform, because they're not going
Yeah.
to see the same thing on one single platform.
Got it.
Um but I was trying to do YouTube Shorts, and it was like 30 seconds or 1 minute. I'm like, what do you mean? I want to just use what I just clipped from my Twitch stream, and I edited it, I cropped it, I fitted it into a, uh 16 by 9 or whatever. And they're like, your video is 34 seconds, and it crops it. And I'm like, what's happening? And then I'm trying to put music on it, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
do I put music on it or not? I don't know. I haven't opened up like the million YouTube tutorials on how to start YouTube Shorts. So I got to get into that.
Aren't the shorts essentially like TikTok clips? It's like its own
Exactly.
version, right?
Yeah, it's like being on Facebook and all you see is like TikTok.
Right. Uh-huh.
But like, yeah, YouTube Shorts is just like TikTok and Instagram. But like, I want to start there. I want to start making, like, I want to start putting my content on YouTube just to
Uh-huh.
have something on there, because like right now I have zero, so I might as well be posting, recycling the content that I'm already creating
Mm-hmm.
onto every platform, and then from there, make the unique content, which like is like the challenges and stuff like that I'm going to be doing off stream, because obviously it has to be like a bit more staged than how I do it on stream.
Yeah. Yeah, just let me know when you get that, YouTube started. You get your first video out there, then, I'll definitely subscribe and,
Definitely, definitely.
watch
Yeah,
your content.
I need to get on it, man, because like I feel like if I want to make it as a streamer, YouTube is, it sounds like YouTube is like one of the platforms that really offers, what is that called? I mean, money, right?
Right.
So, because like the ad revenue and everything and all the clicks and stuff and, the sponsors ads eventually, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like on Instagram and TikTok, I feel like you're just doing it for exposure. On
Right.
YouTube, when you get to a certain point, then you can start making revenue from it.
Right. Exactly. I feel like if you're gonna go full time, you definitely gotta have a YouTube.
Yeah.
You could have the
I,
Twitch. You could make a lot of money from Twitch and also on the
mhm.
YouTube as well. That's what I see a lot of FIFA streamers, a lot of FIFA content creators do. They obviously stream live on
Mhm.
Twitch, right? And then they would get their highlights and they would put, or whatever type of content they want, they put it on the
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
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 So,
That's what I'm gonna try to do. Cause like I know like every like I have so many ideas and it's just doing them, which is
mhm.
hard.
Right.
Like just starting is hard. Um, and then again, it's like, why am I gonna do a I don't know, a weekend league series at the end of this season, right? So like I need to figure out like what to post as like first video, because I gotta keep in mind also how like FIFA is coming to an end like in a couple months.
Right.
So I don't know, like obviously it's probably like the wrong time to do a road to glory or something. I see that people love to watch career mode on FIFA. Like that generates a lot of views. I've never played career mode. Have you?
Very little, but I never really got into it.
So I a lot of guys in the stream, they're like they're saying it's very entertaining. They're bringing Newcastle to glory, winning the Champions League with freaking, I don't know, some team in the third league of the Bundesliga, right? Something
Yeah.
like that. And it's like it's something that's interesting, and I want to try doing it, but time. That's time is the issue. Obviously, it would have to be off stream, and it's like, okay.
Right. Uh-huh. We got U-Wave in the chat. There's another FIFA
Hey,
streamer. He's saying they extended the length on both for TikTok and YouTube, the shorts.
oh,
So you
sweet.
could upload longer than a minute. Okay,
Okay,
that's good to know.
that that's good because like on
Yeah.
Instagram, I know like because like sometimes my TikTok videos are a little bit too long,
Okay.
and then I try to upload it to Instagram, and they cut it just at the minute. The
I
reels.
see. Uh-huh.
Uh, it's weird. And then sometimes it's really hard to find music on Instagram that is longer than a minute. So like then
Mm-hmm.
the 34 seconds of me getting the pack open finally after stalling, right? Because like
Yeah.
you wouldn't be a FIFA streamer if you're not a staller. Um, you know, and the music is gone. But yeah, definitely I gotta just look at it and see how I could, recycle the content on every platform.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got it. I don't even do any shorts. Like I have a TikTok, but I don't use it. I
Yeah.
mean, I just upload stuff on YouTube, you
Hmm.
know, do notifications on Twitch, hang out in the Discord,
Yeah.
um stream on Twitch. So that's all I really do.
So my approach on TikTok is like I've seen streamers that are on Twitch, and like once you get to 1,000 followers on TikTok,
Mhm.
you can start live streaming, and people just like literally just put their phone on a little tripod and just like point it at their OBS or Streamlabs, and people tune into that live stream, and then they're like, hey guys, come check out my Twitch channel, and then they're like, okay, it funnels in.
Right. Yeah.
So I want to get to that checkpoint of 1,000 followers on TikTok, just to have like that extra exposure to do live streams on TikTok, and eventually, hoping that that would funnel more viewers to my Twitch stream. you know
Yeah, I know one streamer that does that. He
hmm
literally streams like he does two live streams, one TikTok with his phone and then the other
yeah.
with his PC, and he told me he had a lot of success doing that and a lot of people from
Well,
like his TikTok would just come into his Twitch streams.
yeah. Well, I have noticed like when people do that, Like like because I'm looking at people who have like 200 viewers on Twitch, right? And they are doing a pack opening or icon moments pack, and so they just tap on the TikTok, they start live streaming it, and they stall for like 10 minutes, and people tune into the live TikTok feed, and they're like, okay, come check it out on Twitch. The link is in the bio, check it out. And literally, I've seen people that have like 200 viewers just by live streaming with that have a decent following on TikTok and telling them to come check out my Twitch channel. The viewers go up at least 20% on Twitch. So like
Hmm.
the people are coming in, and in the end, like, yes, it's all about having a good time, but also like you want to see the growth, right? You want to
Hmm.
see the growth. So yeah, I want to definitely start getting there. So like I'm posting consistently on TikTok and hoping to eventually get that 1,000 follower mark to start doing that. But yeah, it's gonna be multitasking.
Yeah, for sure. Uave says he has the option too, but he thinks he should try it. Yeah, you guys should try it and see how it works. I'm
Of
really
course.
curious how it
It,
works for you guys.
yeah, it's like the more ways that you can get your name out there,
Hmm.
the faster and the more successful you'll be.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
just got I just found I one of my friends were like, hey, do you follow I Show Speed or I Speed Show? And I'm like, not really, but he has like 40,000 live viewers on YouTube every day, right?
Hmm.
And he was opening packs, and someone's like, hey, say Johnny Cheesy to open to get you good luck, right? And he says in his live stream, all right, Johnny Cheesy, like he's a Cristiano Ronaldo Sui guy,
Uh huh.
right? So he says, do you know the Cristiano Ronaldo Sui,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
meme?
Uh huh.
So it's that guy, and he's
Okay.
like, all right, Johnny Cheesy, give me Cristiano Ronaldo. And in the end, he says, hey, F you, Johnny Cheesy, because he packs like Immobile or something, or like some Italian. He doesn't pack Ronaldo. But the fact that I have a video of him saying Johnny Cheesy, it's hilarious,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
eventually people are going to be like, oh, that's Johnny Cheesy.
That's the real Johnny Cheesy that he's
Yeah,
referring to.
that's me. So like I just need to get my name out there.
Right, for sure.
However means possible, on every platform, eventually my name will be out there.
Yeah, and I hope, man, you grow and a lot
Thank
of
you.
people check you out, a lot of success, get a lot of money, make this a full-time thing. Really
Yeah.
wish the best, man.
Thank you. Thank you. And in the end, I'm having a good time. I'm not really looking at the financial aspects of the situation, but like
Yeah.
I just want it to be engaging for my viewers, for them to have a good time,
Yeah.
and obviously for me to have a good time.
Yeah, I think that's a healthy mindset to go about it
Yeah.
with streaming. Just enjoy it while you're
Yeah.
doing it.
I like to see the growth, but at the same time, like I know it's gonna be hard for one day to read everything in the chat, you know?
Right. Yeah, once you get like a lot of viewers, like you
Yeah.
can't read everything, you know? You
No,
gotta
and,
like
and
prioritize what you want to read.
exactly. And that's gonna be the hard part, because like I feel like I'm very like I try to read every single thing that like right when it ticks, I like on it. And I feel like I'm probably just gonna stream just reading the chat. That's what it's gonna be like, you know, just so I can
Yeah.
read everything. But yeah.
I think once your view count gets to like the hundreds, that's when it'll get tough.
Mhm.
Yeah. Cause I seen some streamers, I watch them, they're at like maybe at the 200 viewer mark, but they could
Mhm.
still keep up with the chat pretty well. Like the
Yeah.
chat is not too overwhelming.
Mhm.
Um, but once you get higher than that, I feel like yeah, you can't
Yeah.
you can't read
You,
everything.
it's gonna be difficult, but yeah, it's a long way to go until there. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the journey and what it
Yeah.
brings.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about that, man. I'm still small timer, so I'll read everything, guys.
Yeah.
Everybody from my streams, I read everything. I'm pretty engaging with my chat, so
Yeah,
I make sure I read everything.
definitely.
Yeah. Um. So okay, let's transition into FIFA. How
Okay.
is the state of FIFA for you? How's FIFA been going for you?
Well, I want to say this FIFA has been positive for me. Like I know like everyone has like a different take on every single FIFA that comes out. I like this FIFA. I like
Okay.
it. I feel like it's smooth, like things work, nothing is too overpowered. Um, but the only thing that I do not like about this FIFA is the AI defensiveness. You
Okay.
know, other than that, like all the promos that have come out, they've been, they've been decent. Like every time a promo comes out, I look at 2 3 cards that are probably not even like the most expensive one because I'll never pack them, and I'll be like, you know what, that card looks good in my team. Like I hope I can pack them because like I try to run an untradeable team at all times. I don't like buying players and having like a player that I bought on my team
Yeah.
just because like the value would decrease immediately right
Mm-hmm.
when I look at it. um but yeah, I like FIFA. I like this FIFA. The only thing that I do not like is how defensive the AI is. And continue.
Yeah. Do you play on the next gen? Do you play on PS5?
I play on PS5, but I play old gen.
You play old gen because
Yes.
I feel like on the next gen it's way more AI defending as opposed to the old
Really?
gen. Yeah.
Well, something that I have noticed on new gen compared to old gen is that on new gen, the goalkeepers are mental. Like
Yeah.
they're insane.
Yeah.
Like, because like obviously they added all like the 1 billion goalkeeper animation and stuff like that, which isn't on old gen, I imagine. Um, but like the reactions and like the goalkeeper reactions and like their movement is just it's crazy. It's crazy on new gen. But I stick to old gen because I feel like it's fast gameplay, a little more arcadey and
Hmm.
less realistic. I feel like that's
Yeah.
how new gen is. And like some people like that. I just want to like, I want it to have like I don't want it to be like PES or something where like very manual, everything you have to be in like a certain position for the pass to go out. You have to be precise. Like I like just like tapping buttons and like making skill moves and making it look nice and pretty, right? Um, but that's why I kind of stick with old gen. The pace, I feel like the even the grass looks better on old gen for some reason.
Mm.
Have you
Okay.
noticed that? Do you play new gen?
I mix it up. I
You
play
mix it up.
more on old gen, but like this weekend league, I'm playing the new gen.
I so the thing about like the grass, like I swear, like I think because the graphics are better on new gen,
Uh-huh.
that like they're like, oh, let me get every single detail in every little blade of grass. So like I'm looking at it on my screen on my monitor, and it just looks like a bunch of little hairs. And it kind of like bothers me because like when you have two little graphics that are like colliding with each other, they make
Hmm.
like a static motion, and
Okay.
like the grass just looks like it's like static and like everywhere,
Yeah.
and it kind of like pulls me off. But hey, but yeah, all gen all the way, all
UA was
gen all
saying
the
it's
way.
the hypermotion technology for the next gen.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
hyper
I don't.
motion.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like it. I don't like the gameplay on the next gen with the hypermotion. It's just, it feels a bit choppy. It's
Hmm.
just not smooth as the old
Hmm.
gen, and everything just feels slow.
So
It's
you
just
want to hear
slower.
something? You want to hear
Yeah,
something crazy?
yeah.
So, because I have both consoles, I still have my old PS4. It's the one that came out like 8 years ago,
Uh huh.
and sometimes I play on it because I leave it in the living room and like I do like some, when I'm chilling with my girlfriend and like I want to do like squad battles or something or icon swaps.
Yeah.
Gameplay on the PS4 is better than playing the gameplay on the PS5 on old gen.
Interesting. Okay.
Why is that? How is it that like when I'm playing PS4 division rivals, everything is fast, smooth, like instant. When I'm playing old gen on the PS5, I notice a certain amount of delay in every single movement. I don't know if I just don't know what it is. Like it's crazy. Like how can like an old console feel better than a new console? And I've kind of like asked people around, and they're like, you know what? I've tested this, and you're actually right.
Mm-hmm.
Like playing on the PS4, because obviously you could only play old gen, right? On PS4, it feels smoother than playing old gen on the PS5.
Mm.
I don't know what it is. If you still have your old console there, light it up and give it a try, man, because it's crazy. It's like, why did I buy a PS5? you know?
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah,
but
is it have you got any good explanation in regards to that?
not
No,
really.
no one,
I
no one knows.
it could just be like my mind, just like how like placebo and stuff like that, and I don't know. But yeah, no, not really. No definite explanations for what is happening. Maybe just the new consoles have more animations that take up more time,
Mm,
and compared to like the PS4, that they probably just keep it simple. Sometimes simple is the way, you
yeah,
know. Sometimes simple is the way, and
for sure.
I wish EA as a company would realize that, because like every year they take a mechanic that has worked in previous FIFAs and they're like, scratch it. We're gonna start from zero, and it's broken.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like if we look at the previous FIFAs, like I remember driven shots in FIFA 18. You know, FIFA 19, you could head the ball in. FIFA 20, was it finesse shots in FIFA 20 that were so OP? Amazing. And then like every year they just like they erase the mechanics that worked, and like we're just gonna do it again. And like have you tried scoring a low driven this year?
In the beginning, because a lot of people
Yeah,
suggested it, but then I just
right.
stopped. I was like,
And
nah.
then and it's like, and then it's headers that works sometimes, and then somehow it doesn't work anymore. And then it's finesse shots that work, and then now it doesn't work because they nerfed it. Like stop removing core mechanics that we learn every single day, because like it's like embedded into our system.
Yeah.
Like the way we play is not going to change day to day. Like we're going to do the same moves. We're going to like, unless we like are trying to improve and get like higher ranks.
Yeah.
But like they just keep on like erasing the fundamental mechanics that we know in our brain, and they're like adding new ones. I
Mm.
wish that EA Sports FC, whatever is coming up in 2 years, I wish they start making it where the mechanics are the same, just with minor tweaks. And show us the changes like on previous. You remember like the previous FIFA where they would be like, we fixed finesse shots. Here's the result of 100 finesse shots before the patch, and here's it after the patch. I loved seeing those graphics.
Mm.
I don't know if you remember that, but they would show us videos of everything, like 100 shots pre-patch, 100 shots post-patch, and like we could see the difference. We're like, oh, okay, I get it. Like it's easy to me to ingest that and understand. Now they just show us a freaking link on the Twitter feed, and like a image when you start up, like, oh, we changed some visual issues and now kicking is better. And it's like, but what did you do? Like what did you do? Like, so I wish in the future that EA would stop erasing like core mechanics that work,
Mm-hmm.
and just minor tweaks to it, minor tweaks to it. Because like I said, like we learned these mechanics, and they switch it, and like, okay, we're back to freaking zero again.
Yeah. And they would mess with the mechanics with patches too, because if they think like a certain move is like too meta, they'll make
Uh-huh.
the adjustment. And then after the patch, you kind of have to adjust to the new gameplay and the new mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you gotta like keep adjusting, to
Yeah.
what the meta is and
Mm-hmm.
what works. Yeah. So, um, well, how do you do in weekend league? How do you do like? What's your weekend league performances like? What are you
I'm
in
I'm
rivals?
I'm in I to be honest, I stopped playing Rivals
Okay.
like for a couple months, just because like I don't know, like they've made this game a little bit too casual this year, you know, where I not that it's too casual. I think it's the combination of like it being casual and rewards being very, like, the market is very bad this year.
Mhm.
Like if you pack a gold card, doesn't even it's not even worth what you bought the pack for or crafted the pack for. So I feel like the fact that it's so unrewarding, it makes you probably want to play less. So I stopped playing Division Rivals for a bit.
Yeah.
But I was getting into Elite every time like the season would refresh. I think it's like every 2 months or something.
Yeah.
I would get into Elite. They would pop me back to Division 3, and then I would work up to Elite, and then like I would get like the milestone of 90 games played, and like I'll get the Elite rewards and everything. Um, but that was division rivals. And weekend league, I always try to get rank 5. I would always get rank 5 with like games to spare. But since team of the season started, I feel like there's less casuals and more sweats, if you want to call it.
Oh
And
yeah.
I bottled rank 5 for the first time during the Premier League Tots weekend league,
Oh
which was
yeah,
difficult.
it's so sweaty, man. I was like, dude, it was really tough.
So something that I've noticed with the first couple weekend leagues for the Tots season,
Mm-hmm.
um, player selecting, especially the center backs, so difficult because I use the right analog stick to try to switch to my players
Mm-hmm.
because I like every like I can't really rely on my L1 to switch to the players. Just because like if I move forward just a tiny bit, it changes and it's like now you get to pick this guy. So like I always try to use my right analog stick, and for some reason, like I feel like I'm selecting the center back that's completely right in front of the opponent that's attacking,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, oh, were you trying to select your fullback that's on the other side of the pitch? And I'm just like, I cannot select the players that I want to use. And that's what has really been like kind of like triggering me this week in league and the previous week in leagues. And the reason why I bottled rank 5, I just can't select my players. It there's not, and then like I select a player and it selects the wrong player. So I move that player out of position and then, concede. But yeah, rank 5.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Rank 5 is pretty good. Get pretty decent rewards from
Yeah.
there.
Rewards have
Um.
been pretty meh,
Okay.
not that good.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, for this FIFA, who have been your best pulls?
Oh, my best pulls.
Uh huh.
Okay, so let's start with tradable
Okay.
and the rattiest of the rats. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Maestro Kimpembe. Kimpembe, I packed his UCL version.
Oh, okay.
Um, and he was going for 1.3 million
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
at the time. And it's funny because someone in the chat was like, bro, open this jumbo rare pack and you're gonna get an icon or a really good player. And I'm like, stop it, man. I don't even get walkouts out of this jumbo rare players pack, like it's I don't even get walkouts from it. So I was like, I'm not gonna get it. I open it, I see the blue fair, I see the France flag, I see center back, and the rat himself, Kimpembe, pops out, and I'm like, oh my god, please be tradable. Please be tradable. I hit X and I see like the tradable sign. I'm like,
Yeah.
ka-ching. That has been my best tradable pool this
Okay.
FIFA. Um, Untradable, who would it be? I think it has to be Prime Cruyff. Prime
Okay.
Cruyff. I packed him from Icon Swaps last season, Icon Swaps 2. It was the prime players prime icon pack.
Oh,
Nine
nice.
tokens, I believe. It was like one of the cheap ones. It wasn't like even like the player pick, like the 17 tokens. It was like
Mm-hmm.
the cheapest token, the cheapest pack to get the cheapest pack for tokens, right?
Yeah.
I rouletted it. I got all the way to Dutch as the last flag. Positions, center forward was the last one, or center
Yeah.
forward or cam, I forget. And I'm like, okay, this could be like, freaking Hulit, Cruyff, or even it could be like one of the other worst ones. And I hit X, boom, Prime Cruyff. Those have been the best pulls.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, we do have to end this. I do have to get going.
All
So I
right.
wish we could keep on going, but I
I
am on a
wish so too,
schedule.
man.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say to the chat or to your fans?
Um, I don't know, man. Hey, just keep it cheesy, baby.
Okay, keep it cheesy. Bailey says you're a fraud, but he loves you.
Hey,
What's up, Bailey? How we doing?
Bailey supports Blackburn, so we're all good.
He supports Blackburn, and he's a Charlie Puth fan.
Yeah, huge Charlie Puth fan.
Uh,
Yeah, he has that on repeat. I've heard. I don't know.
well, for those that don't know you, where can they find you on social media and Twitch?
So I'm Johnnycheesytv on every platform except for OnlyFans. That's a different link.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
nah, nah, nah. But yeah, Johnny Cheesy TV on TikTok, Instagram,
Okay.
Twitch, Twitter. Yeah, that's it. That's where you can find me.
Awesome. So if you guys want to check him out, we'll leave the links in the description below so you guys can support him. But thank you again, Johnny. I really do
Hey,
appreciate you doing this. This is a lot of fun.
I want to be on here for more, man. Are you sure you can't cancel your stuff?
I have to go, man. This is
uh,
like planned. I
I
wish, dude. I really wanted to. Maybe we should have started earlier.
yeah,
I don't
I
know.
get it. I get it. Well, we could always do another one
Yeah, we could always
and
do another one.
yeah,
Whenever you
definitely.
have time, whenever you want to promote something, just let me know.
You tell me when. I had a blast, Kobala. Thank you for having me. And yeah, I can't wait to like watch this podcast and watch your other podcasts.
Likewise, likewise. And if you could stay a little bit after the live stream, that'd be great too. We could chat a little
Okay.
bit. And then
Alrighty.
for everybody else, thank you guys for tuning in. You Wave.